I'm not exactly sure. Thumbnail looked a little twisted. Nonetheless, I guess we made it. It was supposed to be like this. It's all good. First, let me send this list out real quick. Yeah, kid. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to look like that, but it's all good. 1 second. Sincere. My Uncle T. My Aunt Cole. Clay. My Aunt Deb. I don't know why it's like that, but it is what it is. Yeah, kid. Sorry about that. Normally, when you got a lot of followers, they be like, come on in. We don't have a lot of followers, so we don't be doing that. Wise Brim, what's the word? You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me tonight. I appreciate you. Let's go. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes, though. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. On the Friday, let's go. Let's go. Ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovitz TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the real question is, where you been? Over here on my side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, when the people don't be acting flaky, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you jump off the page and diddy to the left, I'm going to need you to hit that like button. I'm going to need you to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to need you to smash that notification bell. So when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, then I appreciate you. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because it was a long fucking day. Let's get that out the way. Let's be clear. And I wasn't almost going to do the show. You know, I got family in town. I got a lot of stuff going on. Friday is always a busy day. And I got a funeral tomorrow. You know what I mean? My papa, my grandfather died, as I told y'all last live. You know, so tomorrow is the funeral is here. So I got family in town to come pay their respects, to come show their support. I got to speak tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to be saying. You know, address the, you know, my family, etc. I'm sure I'll find the words. Y'all know if y'all watch the channel, then I could be long-winded. I can have some things to say. But as for tomorrow, I really don't know what I'm gonna say yet. And I'm still just trying to, deal with it. Obviously, dealing with loss of life when you lose, someone that you love, your family member, and even if they wasn't that close to you, but the person who you are close with, if it affects them, more than you, then ultimately it affects you because, everything is ultimately connected. Today I found out somebody else passed though, right? Like I'm getting ready for the funeral, etc. Like I said, I got family coming in from out of town. Some of them I know, some of them I don't know. You know what I mean? And y'all know how it be, extended family, relatives that is on your mom's side, on your father's side, your cousins and them, you don't really know them like that. And then years pass where, there's no communication, there's no, there's no meeting up, there's no linking up. And so you don't really know them. And then when you see them at a funeral, at a service, or at a gathering, it's like, oh, y'all extended family, and you try to have those conversations because, it's not really closely knit. But anyway, today I found out somebody else passed. I'm not gonna say he's a dear friend because he wasn't. Definitely an associate, and I knew him for a little while. But I was talking to somebody on the phone, and like, yo, XYZ passed today. And I said, word? I said, damn, I said, what was the cause of death? We always want to know the cause of death. Trendy graphic shirts, what's the word? And it was like he got hit while he was on his bike. Now I'm somebody that be on the bike all the time, you know what I mean? Riding through the city on some Dark Knight shit. And one of my fears when I be on the bike, and I don't wear no helmets or none of that type of shit, I just be moving and grooving, you know what I'm saying? Even though some people do be having all of the gear on, I'm not one of them, right? But one of my fears is when you riding on the street or you passing the cars, somebody open up their door unexpected and you smash into the door and you break yourself off on some Tom Brokaw shit. And he got hit by a car. Car hit him. They kept it moving too, by the way. Like, you know what I mean? Rest in peace. May the Most High have mercy on him. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. Often when I am driving, and I'm behind the wheel or I'm in the passenger seat, and people come through, on the bikes, whether it's an electric bike, a scooter bike, a motorbike, whatever it is, especially if I'm in the passenger seat because things look a little closer than when you're on the driver's side. And I often play on some Grand Theft Auto shit like, oh, that would have been 50 points. That would have been 100 points. That would have been 500 points. You would have got him and the baby. You know what I mean? Like, I'm being funny, but I'm not. People be reckless in the streets when they on them bikes and shit. And he got hit by a car. You know what I mean? The individual I'm talking about, I won't say the name and all that because y'all don't know who he is. He got hit by a car. The car kept him moving. He was injured, but he didn't go to the hospital. And as a person that has been hit by a car 2 times, I got hit by a car twice. Then if you count the car rolling over my foot while I stepped in the street, that would be 3 times. But one time when I was a kid, I think I told a story on the channel, and it was a busy day today, so I really don't even have a lot of topics. I don't really have no order, but my show was unscripted. We authentic that feeling, so we still gonna try to, come up with some, with some topics and give y'all a good show. And we might just be freestyling the whole show. Let's be clear. Anyway, I got hit by a car twice. I'm gonna say twice, but if you count the 3rd time where the car rolled over my foot, which that shit hurt like a mother, then it's 3 times. But one of the times when I went in the air, and I mean, like, I got hit, put my hands out on some Superman shit, got hit, went up in there, they said about like 7 to 10 feet in the air, and then came back down on the concrete. I got up and ran because niggas was chasing us. And when I was on the ground, subconscious, not subconscious, or conscious, you could hear him saying, yo, he dead. Like, they thought I was dead. And I was an adolescent, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, he dead. And then when we got up, my nigga Bombs was with me. Shout out to my nigga Bombs, right? He was with me. We started walking, and then they started chasing us again. And they actually chased us from like the 12th floor in the building in Harlem. I forget what building, we was on 134th. Chased us from the top floor or whatever floor we was on all the way down to the bottom. And when I came out the building, frantic, you know what I mean? Like scared to death, on some shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. You know, I didn't look in the street, I just ran in the street, and boom, when I did realize that was a bad mistake, I put my hand out and I still got smacked and I went up in the air. And obviously I'm still alive to tell a story, and you see me on YouTube now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And I went up in the air, came down. The niggas that was chasing us like, yo, they still alive. They started chasing us, so we ran. I actually ran faster than my nigga Bombs, and we made it back to the block. But speaking of the brother that got hit, he got up, kept it moving. You know what I mean? Like he didn't ask for he didn't ask for, medical assistance or nothing like that. He got up. I don't know if he was high. I don't know what he was on, but allegedly he got hit bad. But he still got up and he didn't wait for the medical assistance and what is it, emergency medical EMS, you know what I mean? And he went home. And a couple days later, I guess he was feeling sick, not sick, pain in his chest, pain in his head. And then ultimately today, that's when I found out about it. His moms went in the room, tried to wake him up. He didn't wake up, and he had internal bleeding. So it was like, damn, you know what I mean? You got hit on the bike by a car, nigga kept it blowing on you, you know what I mean? Which is, like I said, one of my worst fears when I'm on the bike. And he died from internal bleeding. You say, damn, do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video, out of here, your Mercedes Benz and your Range Rover, and whatever you doing on this earth while you doing it, you out of here. And so, just in light of the funeral I got to go to tomorrow, hearing my man pass, even though he got hit by the car like 2-3 days ago, but he just died today. So it's just like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, you never know when you're going to be out of here. And speaking of death, we had one of our famous fathers, you know what I mean, from, TV, John Amos, right? And Good Times, right? Let me fix this real quick. Keeping your head above the waters, making your way when you can, the temporary layoff, Good Times. And obviously McDowell, you know what I mean? And, Coming to America, etc. He lost his life, but the funny shit is, when we looking with the side eye, I'm looking at with the side eye, Moni Rod, what's the word? Moni Rod 4, what's the word? They actually saying this is wild. You don't really see this, right? Especially as a celebrity, especially somebody in the public eye. When you die, TMZ is on it. All these little sites and these blogs, they on it, right? You know what I mean? The big news TV networks, they on it. But allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, I'm gonna put that on it. You know what I mean? Tony, there was no other way. They say he died August 21st. You know what I'm saying? What? August 21st he passed? And y'all just telling us about this shit 2-3 days ago? Thing is, today is Friday, best day, blessed day. I want to say Tuesday or Monday was in the gym, getting it in, you know what I mean? Came out, went to Manny's, had a little like chicken breasts and, you know what I mean? Some crab cakes and shit. And a nice older lady was in there or whatever. She was telling us about somebody that passed, and then he came up, you know what I mean? James Evans, you know what I mean? Like, damn, from the Good Times. And she like, you heard about him? And I'm like, damn, Frankie Beverly Mays passed, James Earl Jones passed, Luke, I Am Your Father. And, they say death comes in threes, right? And she stopped and talked with us for a little minute while we was getting in our car. And I'm saying, damn, August 21st? We in October now. And I'm October's own. Scorpios, we the best. We soon come. My birthday at the end of the month. God willing, I'm alive and I get to see that big old age, right? I said, damn. Now when you're reading the story, you see his son. He didn't tell the family. He waited for whatever reason. I know they had like somebody got locked up, somebody got arrested. It was like a big fiasco about him and his daughters and his family. And you sit back and you think and you say, damn, why family always do this shit when a motherfucker pass, right? Like, Y'all don't got no discernment, no respect, no dignity. When your loved one lose their life, and it's time for them to transition, and we all gonna go back because, like Jada said, death is a part of life that we all, pain is a part of life that we all feel. Talking about death, or that we'll always love Big Papa, right? Why do family wait to show their ass when it's funeral time? When it's time to, pay your respects, send off the loved one, so to speak, in a dignified fashion. You know what I mean? You always wait to the last minute to get your last show out, and it's like, bro, sis, read the room. We at a funeral, we mourning, we trying to rally around the Pacific person that may have lost a loved one, because although you all lose a loved one as a family, obviously if they was married, or they was a brother or a sister, a wife or a husband, like a niece or nephew, the people that was closest to them, they feel it a little more than the extended family. You there to show support and, to be around, but you don't feel it like the person, that's really was close to them. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's save all the fiascos and the extra curriculum, bubblegum shit for a later time. You don't show out now when it's time to mourn, when it's time to rally, when it's time to pay your respects. I think it's distasteful. I think it's a little low class. And if a person does that, I'm looking at you with the side eye like, what's the ulterior motives? You know what I mean? And so, just say for the family, friends and relatives, if you're going through, obviously a loss of life, a loss of a loved one, that's definitely a part of life that we all gonna feel, and you can run from it, dread it, but death is gonna arrive for all of us. You know what I'm saying? And so there's that, right? And that's the last thing before we, jump into the topics. And I don't even have a lot of topics, as I said, because today was just a busy day. Normally on Fridays before I do my show, maybe like 2-3 hours before I start trying to look up some topics, see what we're going to talk about. But tonight it was just like come in, do what I got to do, and then go live and not really have a lot of topics. But with that being said, I had seen something about him trending on the Shade Room or wherever it was at, because his real family, right? Like his real family, not the old keeper nigga baby. His wife is white, or she mixed. She not a black sister, right? And they kids is mixed. So people in the comments was like, "Oh, this was our, this is one of our dads that coming up on, Philip Drummond and them." You know what I mean? And whatever TV shows you come up on, he was one of the foundational pieces, and we looked at him as like one of the TV dads. So now in real life, wreck the chef, what's the word? In the real life, when you look, you're like, oh, shit, this nigga had a non-black wife, some non-black kids, you know what I mean? Like the legacy is non-black, if you will. And a lot of women was mad, they was hating. And a lot of the fellas was like, man, leave that man alone. He was happy. And he was happy because he wasn't no black shit. And I'm not saying that. I got a black lady, right? I can't even really see myself dating outside on some serious shit. Now, I don't might have, been around, been around the world. Like, we done been around. You know what I'm saying? Scorpios be the best, and we soon come. But as far as tying a knot or being in something substantial, for me, probably gonna stick with somebody that can relate, somebody that, got some of the same traumas, or, face the same plights, etc., for me to build with. But that's just me. You can love who you want, and the heart's gonna want what the heart wants, like, you know what I'm saying? So you do you in that regards, and like Ghost and Ray, you're gonna come out in your own way. But a lot of women was mad at him, like, yo, I ain't know he was married to the other, and people was really, like in the comments going in. Like, I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in, and I'm going to go hard. And I'm going to go hard on some Lil Wayne shit. They was going in on him, and this is before he passed. Like, yo, I knew it was something off about him. Well, I wonder why I didn't really like him. And we said, damn, he was only playing a TV role character, guys. You know what I mean? He only was playing the role. In the real life, he still was a family man. He still put family first. It just wasn't with the black ideal family, right? And so, rest in peace to him, and may the Most High have mercy. And it is what it is. Let's get to this next topic, though, right? Let's get to Iran popping off, right? And I'll say this, in 1994, 1995, as a kid, you know what I mean, as an adolescent, you know what I mean, going to junior high, going to high school, you know, getting ready to go to high school, etc. And I went to 43, I went to Brandeis, and I went to IS-10 for like those that want to fact check, you know what I mean? And I remember being in 43 when it was the Gulf War, and how the media spun certain things. Now, when you spin it 360 as a whole grown man, your life experiences, you know what I mean, you know, more knowledge, more wisdom, more maturity, etc. And you living off, you know, experience like the locks. You say, damn, I can't really remember a time in America where United States stood with the Muslim community, the Islamic community. Everything is always pro-Israel, right? And what we had in the last few days, and this is not to get too political, you know, I don't want the channel shut down, I don't want people hating, you know what I mean, but I gotta call a spade, and this just is what it is. That's what I do on my channel. You could run from it, you could, you know, do whatever you want, right? It just is what it is. Blue Gava, what's the word? As long as I can remember, I have never seen the United States as a whole come out with a spokesman or somebody that speaks for the government and say, nah, we stand with the Islamic community. Now maybe if it's like some anti, you know, racial shit, hateful shit, then they'll say, no, we don't condone this, we don't condone that. They'll do that for anybody. But as Iran strikes back and the empire strikes back, right? You hear America like, yo, that was a grave mistake. And we're going to make y'all pay dearly, right? For, you know, we coming up on, you know, the 1 year anniversary when Hamas, you know, allegedly bombed and took on the hostages. And, you know, you go back to, you know, when this first happened, a few months, a few weeks after the hostages was taken, etc., and a lot of the innocent civilians was being killed, women and children, to Gaza, right? And may the Most High have mercy on them, right? You heard me come on my channel and say, damn, I'm not condoning any violence against a particular group, a particular people. You know, that's just not my spill, right? I'm never going to get on the channel and say, yo, death to these people and death to this. That's just not what I'm about. However, I call a spade, and like Hove, it just is what it is. But in the ultimate survival, if you will, like the Hunger Games, and you gotta chop it down to lives. If I was in charge, right? You say, all right, 200 hostages was taken. Some of them was killed. May the Most High have mercy on them, right? And condolences to their family, because I'm sure that's tragic. 200, even 500. Let's boost it up because the number is really not that high. It's probably like a less than 200 people, right? But let's just say, because we're not trying to minimize any lives. I'm not trying to minimize any lives. You know what I'm saying? And I will want whoever's negotiating, whoever's behind the, you know, the big boy pants board to get the people back, to negotiate. I would want them to do everything in their power to get the hostages back safe, right? No matter what race or ethnicity they were. But in the grand scheme of things, this is what I said. I'm going to reiterate it. 200 hostages, even putting it up to 500. Cool. You want the hostages back. Hamas was wrong. They attacked. They shouldn't attack, right? They did some bozo shit. Cool. Let's assume this is what it is. But since then, over 50,000 civilians, women and children is killed of Gaza and the people of that region, and even more now. This was This was in the beginning. Now the numbers is astronomical. Like, the numbers is crazy. They just allegedly killed the general, and that's why Iran, struck back. And the news media is spinning it as like they was humiliating, Iran and, all the Gaza. They was humiliating the opponent. And this is Israel we're talking about. Humiliating them, making them look bad and dragging them through the mud. As I'm listening to the rhetoric on the news, I'm saying, damn, this how they spinning it? They spinning it on some humiliation shit? All right, so now Iran struck back, right? And the only way to get back is to get back. But yet they got the Iron Dome. They got the, different systems set in place that if missiles is sent over there, the population to be guarded. And I'm sure we have that over here in America as well. And I had, I had family in the military, and the Army and the Marines, you know what I'm saying, right? And on the police force, for those in the fucking back that can't comprehend, right? I said, damn, that's some sophisticated shit. To have missiles coming in, but you got a quote-unquote an Iron Dome to block all that shit out. And, they kind of like shrug the assault or the attack off. Like, yo, that shit ain't even, you know what I mean? Like, we kill you ants with a sledgehammer or some whole shit. Like, that shit wasn't nothing. Like, we got the Iron Monkey over there, the Iron Armor to protect us. That shit wasn't nothing. We gonna have our little Jewish holiday, and then we gonna bomb second, not first, on some Tupac shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bomb first, we gonna bomb second and destroy you, all you niggas over there. Everybody that's over there, we gonna send the ground troops, we gonna send the air assault, we gonna finish the job. And America's like, yeah, like y'all gonna pay heavy consequences. And I say, damn, since a kid, 1994, 16, you know what I mean, or in that realm, PS, 43, high school, junior high school, with the Gulf War, and us bombing them, and the rhetoric that they spun. As a kid, you don't really know. You have no clue of what's really going on. And it's just like the people over there, the Muslims, the Islamic, bomb them niggas. That's how it was spun in the media. And as a grown man now, you know what I mean? Living off experience like the locks. I say, damn, America's standing with Israel. Cool, I'm not even mad at that. You allies, you comrades, you standing with who you rocking with. I have no problem with that. But I said, damn, I'm hard pressed to see, since I was a kid, have they ever stood with the Islamic community? And as a person of the Islamic faith, I'm not perfect. I got my flaws. I got shit I don't do well. I say, damn, have they ever stood with us? No, they haven't. And for them to be for New York to be the second most populated community of the small hats, and for them to have the power and the influence that they have, if you're not looking with a critical eye, if you're not looking with the side eye and saying something is not right here, Keith Sweat, something just ain't right. You gotta be sitting back thinking, the fuck is going on? Like, now I mean, like, what the fuck is all this shit? At least that's how I look at it. And I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But let's get to this other shit. Let's get to Yo Gotti, you know what I mean? And let's get to WHaT 100. And we spoke about WHaT 100 last week with the whole Cam fiasco, the whole Dame Dash fiasco. Shout outs to Harlem, right? With the whole Pause and Pausellini. Shout outs to my Uncle James, a.k.a. Tubbs, and the whole Pausellini Foundation. All the members of the Pausellini, right? And it was all fun and games. And a lot of people like to get on WHaT. He need to hang it up as a grown man, and however you view him, right? And I view him with the side eye and full transparency on this channel, since we've been going hard on YouTube, and we in these YouTube streets, and we running across these social media platforms, and the quote they should have never. We got WHaT 100 is down as being the ultimate clown. Like, let's keep it a buck. That's how we do on my channel. Never met him personally, you know what I mean, or anything like that. But and it doesn't even have nothing to do with being from the West Coast. It's just like viewing him as a man, you know, viewing him from my eyesight on what a man is, how a man should move, and you know, like Hov said, show you how to move in a room full of vultures. I just look at him with the suspect eye on some clown shit. You know what I mean? What's the word, my guy? Right now we can't accept you on live. Maybe in a few minutes. We just trying to run through a few topics right now. You know, when WHaT 100, like, yo Gotti might be going to prison, and he probably need to be saying his prayers. And we spoke about Yo Gotti last week on our last live. We go live every Friday night. In light of the Young Dolph trial, right? And the two individuals, or the one individual, Justin Johnson, who was ultimately sentenced to life in prison. You get 25 to life, and you want to play with guns, and you want to shoot people in the foot and all that. You go to prison, and you get life. And you jump on that yakisobe and that chili con corn line. And what we were talking about last week was allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, he was supposed to be getting $40,000, but yet you only got $800, and pretty much you was on a crash out mission. You was a crash out dummy, and ultimately you got the crash out price, which is life in prison. And I'm not happy about that. You know, oftentimes on my channel it may look like I'm defending the criminal or the person that did the crime. Maybe because I did crime, you know what I mean? I've been locked up 3 times. I'm not an angel. You know, I broke the law and I got called for, and I went up north. I'm not an innocent angel. That's why I say that on the channel. I'm not one of the person like, yo, I got locked up. It wasn't me. You know, it was a mistaken identity. Nah, I did all the things that they said. Then I went up north and I did my time for it. And I did some shit that I didn't get called for, right? Full transparency. So I'm not one of them individuals. But I do look with the side eye. And I say, damn, nigga got caught. He said they offered him X, Y, Z. He said his, you know, the brother, you know what I mean, that got killed, Yo Gotti brother, you know what I mean, was it Juk or Chuk, whatever his name was, right? Rest in peace. Now WHaT 100 like, yo, they're looking at you, my guy, with the side eye. And I'm saying, a lot of people was mad at WHaT. Yo, you need to stay out of New York business. You need to stay out of Memphis business. He is a YouTuber. He is a social media influencer, whether you like it or not, whether you view him as, yo, you're at your big old age, you in your 50s, you a pyro, you shouldn't be online talking about shit. On the contrary, this is what he does. This is how he probably getting a lot of his money, and this is what he do. So you can like it or you can not like it, but this is what he do. The question is he sending the feds to Yo Gotti, or is he just telling the truth? I think he's telling the truth. I think that whether, you know, the brother Juk, and I think that's his name, his brother Juk, right? He got that video that was spinning after he got murdered, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, outside a funeral, we got a funeral to go to tomorrow. Yo Gotti been tight-lipped. But the guy, Justin Johnson, who he's the only person so far that was found guilty of the crime of Young Dolph. Rest in peace, and may the Most High have mercy on him, right? And we spoke about this last Friday. And I kind of alluded to, he was kind of saying these niggas paid him off, then they paid for the lawyer and the CMB or whatever the name of their group is, and CMB, and we all we got, right? Some Nino Brown shit. And if I'm going down, I'm taking all you niggas with me, like Kareem Akbar. He is the true leader of the CMB. I'm being funny, but I'm not. It's only natural for the feds to look at Yo Gotti. This is your business. This is how you making your money. And these guys over here saying, y'all paid him, or possibly under the table some money went to some hands that was supposed to handle some shit for y'all, and you give the lawyers $50,000, of course they're gonna look at you. So this has nothing to do with WHaT 100 being a chatty patty, being from the West Coast, talking on Memphis business, talking on New York business. No matter how you view him, again, that's why I say I look at him as a clown. You know what I mean? And not to be disrespectful, but as a man, when another man look at you on some floopity shit, it's low level shit. and I'll say this, for the Russell Wilsons, right? And Sierras, and for the other ladies, like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? And we live on YouTube and we live on Instagram. No matter how many, for the fellas, no matter how many women view you up here and you the Adonis and you the best around, if other men don't look at you from the same spectrum and they look at you as a downgrade or a little low level or less than a man or some clown ass nigga, then that's how you looked at. It don't matter how many women think you up here and you the best of the, that's the type of man that I want, and this is the type of man I want for my daughter. All that other shit is cool. That's what the women is saying. But what the men are saying, they're looking at you as a sucker nigga. They're looking at you as a clown boy. They're looking at you in a certain light. That's what matters. Because you got to interact with the men. Not to say that you're not going to interact with the women, but the women don't matter when it comes to man and how men viewing you. And this is a man's world on some James Brown shit. And to get back, this is a man's world. And although it wouldn't be nothing without a woman, as he said in the song, this is a man's world. And when it comes down to the, you know, what is it, primeval instance and it's man on man, and we may have to tangle and get in the ring, then it don't matter what a woman think about you. It only matters what I think of you as a peer, as a man to man. So when, you know, when women say you the best around because you the stepdad of the year and you better than Future, and I'm just throwing that out there to paint the picture for those that might be a little slow. But if other men is viewing you as some sucker, or you a clown, boy, you step in the arena with other men, you're going to get hurt. Because we going to address you. So it don't matter how women look at you. But I say that to say, I look at I look at WHaT 100 like, you do a lot of funny style shit, my guy, for somebody to have status, for somebody to be looked at as a big homie, you know, the head nigga in charge, if you will, for those that's on that gang shit. Because you know, Lee, we don't rock with none of that shit. And we never did. But WHaT 100 is looked at that. He's not wrong in this sense. Blackface, what's the word? Blackface International, my guy. He's not looked at wrongly in this instance when he say, yo, the feds might be looking at Yo Gotti. And you better say your prayers. He not snitching. He not telling. He not doing anything outside the realm of being a content creator. He's just saying what it is. Case just went down. They just found Kareem Akbar, the true leader of the CMB. I'm being funny, but I'm not. Talking about Justin Johnson. They just found him guilty. They just gave him 25 to life for the murder of Young Dolph, and there's other people coming down the pipeline. All WHaT 100 did is say, yo, that was your brother Jook. He's on video recording saying some suspect shit about, yo, we just put in the contract, there won't be no mentions of this. Y'all just gave up $50,000 for the lawyers. Why? Oh, because you possibly, I'm going to say maybe kind of sort of allegedly on my channel. I'm not going to say anything for a fact because I don't know it to be a fact. But why did you give the lawyers 50 bands? Why are you paying for some random niggas that off Young Dolph allegedly if you didn't pay them niggas? That's what WHaT 100 is saying. And he totally right. He totally right. And we don't even really speak too much about Yo Gotti. If he goes down, then he goes down. That remains to be seen. But we'll talk about it in this sense. And then we'll go to the next topic. Fellas, ladies, and it's really ladies. Y'all ladies ain't in the streets like that. Fellas, if a nigga is willing to crash out and commit murder for you, because you want to give out them orders, you think you Don Corleone and you under us. Like, y'all niggas is under us. You want to give out the orders and play guard from N2DLL? Okay, cool. The niggas that you hire, the niggas that you pay, we living in an era where even if they was official, they ain't official. They get caught, they telling. And for you to think that they not gonna tell because the bounty was high. We gonna give you 100,000. Money is no option. What the nigga say on the purple tape? Say no names. Serial numbers clean. Say yes or no. Are you down or you not down? 1.5. Not 100 grand, 1.5 million. Say yes or no. Serial numbers clean. Truly professional. See, I know the purple tape. We quoted a lot on here. Even if they like that. Them niggas get caught, they not like that. You know what I mean? Like, you like that? Do you get caught? You not like that. And so for Yo Gotti or whoever else think you just gonna pay the killers in 2024, 2023, 2025, anything moving forward, anything else where I put the masses up. Last week we had the masses up, the purge masses. Anything else where you ain't putting the mask on and you ain't stepping outside and putting that work in yourself, you subject to telling on yourself. Because once you pay somebody to do a murder and you playing God and you want them niggas washed up, and what Hov said, lay down some green bucks, get you niggas cleaned up, that's just songs, my guy, because that's not the real world. When they get caught, you going to jail. And all that empire you built, and you think you Taraji P and motherfucking Terrence Howard and you empire, all that shit that you spent all them years to build up, that shit goes down to the ground. Niggas like, listen, nigga offered us $40,000. I only got $800. Yes, we wet the car up, but they paid us. Feds is like, oh, word? Oh, we got you. You coming to jail and you going to jail. And I'm not wishing that on Yo Gotti. I hope he stayed with Angela Simmons. You see the video spinning in the clip. They at some island or somewhere where they was at, the little pool or, you know, whatever it was, and he had the bag and the watch, shit that they think y'all value, but I hold no value to. And I'm looking at some clown shit, but that's your money, that's your joint. You could do what the fuck you want to do. You could, you know what I mean? Like, you could spend all the money the way you want to spend it. I'm looking at some clown shit. I want you to stay free, my brother. You a good businessman. You've been in the game for a long time. I don't want to see you go to jail for some murder you ain't physically do, but you paid some crash out dummies to do. Wow. That's what he's facing. And we'll find out soon enough. We will find out soon enough if that's what it is. Let me get to this shit though. What are we talking about? Not sure what this story is about, but in any event, let's get to this, right? Let's get to Mayor Adams. We talked about Mayor Adams last week. He's spinning in the clip. Governor Holcomb, she want to fire him, but she want to not fire him. She want to give him a chance to right the ship, so to speak, right? And the school chancellor, he was supposed to retire maybe later on down the line. Kelly Holcomb like, nah, you're going to retire now. And they saying that he might be hit with some more charges. They saying the indictment is sealed, some of it. It might be what's the word they was using? National security, right? Like shit that might be divulged or shit that might come out in the open could flip over shit, right? And I'm like, damn, all right. What could possibly be, you know what I mean? Like national security. And I'll say this, as far as Eric Adams, I'm from New York. You know, we didn't vote for him. Obviously, only person we voted for was Barack Obama. Let's be clear. I know I probably should be doing better in that category, in that arena of life, especially with the election going on now. But as a person that's just been on the wrong side of the law, man, I was a criminal. I was a criminal. You know, I always looked at the law with the side eye. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know it's good people in the law enforcement, etc. But a lot of them are crooks and they criminals. And politicians, and the local police department, and the local fire department, etc. All across the board. Men, women, all the motherfuckers is corrupt. A lot of them, right? and they keep it going. They want the status quo. But I always looked at people who wanted to be in charge, who wanted to take the leadership roles with a side eye. It's like, why you want to be in leadership? Why you want to be in control? Why you want to govern over such a large population? You know, do you got pure intentions? Are you a good person? Why do you want to do this? And they all paint the picture like, nah, we for the people. Yes, he keeps saying, you know, I'm going to do the job of the American people and the people of New York and, you know, New York City and woo, 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 and ah. And as the media keeps spinning the narrative that they spinning, I say, damn, is he innocent? Is he guilty? We're going to wait to see, obviously, shit going to trial. But now they're saying more of his staff, more of his advisors is possibly going to be prosecuted and on that indictment. And then now they putting it under national security. Whatever little secrets and shit that he may have been hiding. And I'll say this, I don't know if he's guilty. I don't know if he's innocent. Obviously, we'll wait to see what the jury says, what the judge says. But I just always looked at people in that arena, when you crave power, what is it that you really want? And in Islam, you know what I mean, which I practice to the best of my ability. I won't push my beliefs on you, but I just looking at it from a practical sense. You know what I mean? As far as if I was judging and I had control over shit. Like Nas said, if I rule the world, I free all niggas in Attica, send them to Africa. If I had control, I say, damn, who would I want to govern over the people? A person that's going hard to govern the people, or a person that doesn't want to govern the people, but they're a good person? I'm going to choose the person that's not jacking for position to rule over the people. I'm going to choose the person that's quiet, that's not speaking much, that doesn't have a lot of, you know, views on shit. You know, and they're a good person, as opposed to the person that's, listen, when I get in office, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to implement this. We're going to, you know, take away this. You say, damn, you've been running for office, or you've been in public service for all these many years, but the core of why you're doing it is not pure. You doing this for self. You doing this to say, I was the mayor of one of the biggest cities in the world. I was the governor of the biggest city in the world. I was the president of the United States, which is a prestige high position. It's like the coaches in the NFL or the NBA, right? And you know, all the teams are not good. Some of the teams suck, right? And the NBA is on its way back. In fact, Boston Celtics, they won today over the Denver Broncos, and I think it was the Minnesota and the Lakers playing. Let's check the score real quick. Lakers 83, Minnesota 84. Close game. NBA soon come. We can't wait till the NBA come back. Third quarter, we still got a whole quarter left. We know that when they talking to like the coaches, right? And you got to take over a bad team, a bum-ass team, like a team that ain't making a playoff. They don't got no superstar player. Like they all the way Trashington, sprinkle some dirt on them niggas, right? You said, why you take that type of job when you know you're going to be fired after 2 years? You know you're going to be fired because they don't have no talent. They can't compete. And what do the coaches say of those particular teams? They say, yo, it's only 30 teams. There's only 32 teams in the NFL. This is a prestige fraternity to be in. So, of course, I'm going to take the job. Even though I don't have the best quarterback. Even though I don't have the best team, I'm still going to take the job because this is a prestige fraternity to be in. And even if we go 82, even if we go 80 games and 2, like 80 losses and 2 wins, I'm still going to take the job because no matter when I travel across the world, I say, yo, I'm the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm the coach of XYZ. People still going to look at you like, oh, you won the NFL. You won the NBA. You one of the few people to occupy these positions of power in the league. Same thing with the mayor, the governor, certain seats of the Senate and all that. You're like, I don't really not gonna have a lot of power. You know, I know they voting me. You know, they voting against me every time I try to put a bill past. Every time I try to implement certain things, they're gonna block me. They're gonna 52 block me. You know what I'm saying? But I still could say I was the president, you know, of the United States, or I was the governor of New York City, or I was the mayor of New York City. So as they look into his team, as more charges allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, might be brought up, you know, we look at with the side eye. We looking at you with the side eye, my guy. Like, are you for the people, or you was really doing some real underhand shit and you overstepped and you didn't think that the authorities was going to catch you? I mean, you was bold and you was brazen. And I'm not saying you was, but I'm saying you put your brother on. You put your friend over 40 years as your advisor. You and her husband went to the academy together. You're doing certain shit with the Turkish community, and the government is looking at you like, bro, we got you. You're not weaseling your way out of this. How do you think you're going to get over? And you're not. Sugar Hill 145, what's the word? Let's talk about this, though. Let's talk about people that crash out, right? Popovism 101. And I'll put a short up about this. But I want to dive in a little bit more, right? As a person that has something to lose, you got family, you got a job, you got kids, you know, you mature now. You may have been living a certain type of way, you know, when you're youth, right? Man or woman. You know, maybe you was out there, maybe you was ganging it, maybe you was in and out of prison, maybe you just was on the wrong track, but then you figured it out, right? And life could be boring, but you figured it out. You content. But it's still people that you hung out with, you was locked up with, people that you was, you know, had some dealings with. They still want some fucking shit. They still on fuck the world, don't ask me for shit. And everything you get, you got to work hard for. Fuck, you know what I mean? Like, that type of vibe. Monique, what's the word? You got to be careful about these individuals because they're willing to crash out over the smallest and slightest little thing because they don't have nothing, you know, on a grand scale of things to lose, to live for. You know, you don't have something to say, damn, let me pause for a minute. I know I'm mad. I know I'm in the right. I know I really could beat the shit out of this nigga or just really crash out. But where does that leave my family? Where does that leave my moms and my grandmother's getting older? My mom's is older. You know, I got little kids, a son, a daughter. You know, they need guidance. They need to get walked through these crucial years of their development. If I crash out and jump on that yakisobe and chili con line, where does that leave them? And you can pass it under the, you know, the disguise as protecting them, being a man or being a woman, because even some women, they'll crash out. Like, yo, that's my daughter on everything. I put it on everything, and way up when it all falls down. Like, I'm telling you, like when it all falls down, you could say that out loud. Like, now I'm putting it all on the line. I'm going all out. But what does it get you? If you locked up, if you in the grave, your kids got to figure it out without you. People like that, if they constantly willing to put it all on the line and you always got to talk them off the brink of crashing out, you need to leave them alone. You really need to say, you know what, like, damn, bro, like, especially if you older, and I get it, like, you know what I mean, like, I crashed out a lot. I've been to prison a few times. That's why I often play on the channel. I'm not an angel. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? Like, it's not no bravado or braggadocious. It just is what it is. I'll smash out and crash out. And I'm still willing to do it. But it got to be worth it. Because I already wasted some felonies. So it's like, damn, if I'm going to crash out because you bumped my cart, because you stepped on my sneakers, because you looked at me the wrong way, because you said some shit verbally, it's like, hey, I could crash out, but what about my moms? What about my grandmother? People that's elderly, that's older, that depend on me. What about them? Fuck them, because you gotta crash out. You gotta show these niggas that you still about that life, that you ain't the one to be played with, that a nigga cut you off in traffic, oh nah, you're gonna feel his pain. Is it really worth it? If you're around those type of individuals that's always willing to put it on the line, like dun dun dun, 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 like you gotta disassociate yourself with them. Listen, bro. Listen, sis. I know you're willing to give it all up and throw your marriage away. You know, your husband getting on your nerves or your wife getting on your nerves. Whatever it is. It don't always got to be crash out on some murder, death, kill shit. It could be crashing out just self-sabotaging. And you always got to talk that person because you love them. They're your family. You know, you grew up with them. So, you know, they in your immediate circle. But if you're always the one got to talk them off the cliff, it may be time for you to think about, you know what I mean, disassociating or falling back. And like, listen, let them learn the hard way because I can't keep saving you. I'm trying not to crash out. And to quote the Hulk from the first Avenger movie, when Captain America like, all right, now, Banner, it's time to get mad. It's time to turn to the Hulk. And when the big fucking alien was coming in, you know, they like, when he was walking towards the alien, they like, yo, it's change. He like, I'm always mad. And for a lot of us, you know, especially men, you know, we walk around with rejection. You know, if you're a stepdad or whatever type of job you got, it may not be rewarding, it may not be fulfilling. You may feel like, you know, you're not getting the just due. You know what I'm saying? It could be whatever it is, the promotion, you better than your fucking counterparts and the other races, but you still stuck where you stuck. So you ready to crash out. You ready to say, yo, fuck this job. Fuck you niggas. Like, I'm ready to spaz. Any little thing can set you off. Any little thing. You have to say, damn, let me sit and think. Is this shit worth me crashing out for? And if your man is in the back cheering you on, or whoever you got in your immediate circle, like, yo, crash out. Fuck them niggas, yo, wild out. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck off. Shit the fuck out. Hit the fuck. Like, if they telling you to do that, then you got to look at them with the side eye too. Like, bro, I got a family to think about. I got kids to think about. I got X, Y, Z. I don't need to be crashing out. I need to be thinking at the best, highest level possible. Great fire artist page on the check-in. I need to be at the most highest level of thinking. Because even on some of your worst days, I mean, even on some of your best days, somebody is out thinking you. And you in the background, you know, playing second fiddle. So just think about the people that's always willing to crash out. Every little thing, ready to crash out. Fuck it, I'm gonna go to jail. Fuck it, I'm gonna die. Fuck it, I'm gonna put it all on the line. And you looking like, bro, it's not even that serious, my nigga. Nigga just cut you off. I get it, it's road rage. Shorty just, you need to leave her. Or XYZ, homie skips you at the grocery shop. Have some patience, have some wherewithal, and say, damn, I got people depending on me. I can't just crash out. If you crash out, who gonna take care of the responsibilities that you got? You really have to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to this last quick shit before we get to the picks. Let's get to the brat and her wife, right? I know it's all the topic, kind of like, maybe sort of, but it's not really all. Because it's like, y'all got married, right? And a lot of people was looking at with the side eye. I'm one of them included, and we live on YouTube and we live on Instagram. And it's like, y'all got the, what they call it, sperm donor. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the baby, you have the baby. She got the brat wife, I can't think of her name. She got 3 kids by a whole nigga, right? Now y'all lesbians, etc. Come to find out, the wife was cheating and didn't work out. And now people are looking like, yo, how the fuck y'all get married, have a baby through, you know, artificial insemination, and it was a white guy. Let's be clear, like 2 black females couldn't get the, you know, the black sperm and super sperm on, what's the other girl name, the other lady? Ebony K. Williams. She secured 2 vows. When she was telling y'all, right, like on my journey, we was able to secure 2 vows, and you paid all that money just for the doctors to shoot you up with the super sperm so your baby can come out black. And again, I'm laughing, I'm being funny, but I'm not really trying to, like, if that's what you want to do, ladies, like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? If that's what you want to do, by all means, Lee, Popovich, Majors, Popovich TV, whatever alias you want to call me, and I got a few. I'm not here to tell you to do, with your money. Do what you want to do with your money. Do what you want to do with your body. But a lot of people was like, yo, the brat, they don't need no man, woo, 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 it's going to work out as two females. And I'm saying, damn, yo, you with a whole woman, she got 3 kids by a man. Now y'all together. Cool. It's going to work out, right? And I seen today, like I see it all the time now that I'm conscious. Even when 2 women get together, right? If you choose like a bull dagger chick or a stud, as they say, a woman that look like a man, or even if you choose a bad bitch, feet done, nails done, everything did, and then nail, like, she fancy, but she just like women. When it's 2 women, you still got to carry that big ass laundry bag. You still got to help with them groceries. Like, the nigga ain't going to be able to just do it. Like, you still going to need help. And I see it all the time. Like, just being observational. When you see 2 women, like, they got to carry that laundry bag together. It ain't just the man come in, put the laundry bag on his back, take it up the 3 flights of stairs. Like, nah, it takes both of y'all. Because y'all both still women. Even though you like women and you don't want to be with a man, it's still going to take both of y'all. Y'all still going half and half unless one of y'all is rich. You still going to do the same things that you would do with a man, except you don't got the strength of the man. One of you, unless one of y'all going to be busting their ass and to try to prove that you can hang like a man, and you can't because you're not a man. But I just thought the whole cheating thing was, interesting. Now they're not together, but you still brought a baby into the world through artificial insemination, and now you with single baby moms, brat. You got the money, so you're not like the regular women that's walking through the neighborhood and the old keeper nigga baby. Like you got money, so you rich, and you a big fish. We get it. You got money. You can hire a chef. You can hire a lawyer or a nigga to carry your bags or whatever the case may be. Right? But you still need help going up them stairs. There ain't no getting around that. So I just thought that was interesting. The image or the narrative that's being pushed. You still got to be respectful. You still got to compromise. You still have to work with your partner. And, the Most High made us not the same. We have some similarities, but obviously strength-wise, the man is stronger, faster, and bigger, harder on the body-wise. That's just the way it is. So if you choose the same sex as another woman, and you think when y'all go to BJ's or y'all go to the supermarket or y'all go to the laundry, you don't have to carry them. You pay. If you pay a man to come fix your fucking cabinet and put your, ceilings up or whatever the case, the sheetrock or whatever it is, you're going to have to pay. And if you don't mind paying like you weigh, then it's all good because you got the money. But this is for the regular ladies. Like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? You don't got the brat money. You don't got celebrity money. You got regular 9-to-5 money. You go on vacation twice a year if you're lucky. And you stuck in the hood. You live in the same building I live in. Rent is $3,000. Oh, you're going to be fucked. And you're going to have to put in more work than you would have to put with a man. Axe Kiss. Pick up all the heavy bags in the laundry. 4 or 5 trips when the laundry bags be, when a nigga wait mad long to do the laundry. When you go to BJ, you may pick up the tissue and the paper towels, but who picking up all that heavy shit? It's the man doing that, right? It's the man taking out the gun. It's the man when the noise is at the middle of the night, nigga got to get up and go possibly face death. It's going to be both of y'all ladies, even if the one is the bull dagger or the stud. both of y'all gonna have to get up and hold it down. Make sure, you know what I mean, and make sure you good. So I just thought that was interesting. Plus, you know, this is old too, but the stories of Kurt, you know what I mean? What's the lady name from Housewives? Sharita or whatever her name is, right now. How a nigga wrote his name on a $100 bill a few times, and he was getting at the brat. And you know, when the brat in her prime, everybody wanted the brat. Everybody had a crush on the brat. Now you see her, you know, in her later years, overweight, not looking the best. You know what I mean? Looking a little washed up, and the wall is undefeated. You can like it, you can love it, you can dread it, you can run from it. But destiny arrives all the same, and you know, to hear that they broke up, now you got a baby. Jeez, you might as well got with a baby daddy. And again, I'm not wishing nobody pain, sorrow, heartache. I'm not wishing none of that. I just say, like, social media got a lot of us confused, bro. Harlem for real, what's the word? Social media got a lot of people confused on how shit really is. And if you just base it off social media, you'll look around, think everybody's winning, everybody got a lot of money, everybody's relationship is the best, nobody take losses, nobody has heartache, nobody's depressed, nobody is down and out, like everybody's good. And that's just not reality. That's not the real life. That's not the real world. And in the real life, as I like to say, you a trophy, but a trophy in the real life, no, it's death. Is you can't pay your bills, or you just paying your bills. You just getting by. Every week you just barely making it. You got enough for a little wine, a little juice bar flow. You got enough to get a little hookah, a little bud. Like, you just making it. But online, you the man. But you really, you know, when you talking to your family and your friends, you crying about your insurance. And why you don't got that shit upstate, or why this, or why that. You crying to the people that really know you in the real life. But on social media, you at the gambling spot, you got the new Jordans on, you got the new iPhone, everything Gucci. But in the real life, you really struggling. And you just trying to make it look good. And for the people that know you, I often say this a lot. It's not my job to expose people. I see shit on my timeline, and like Lil Wayne said, you know what I mean, on the timeline where everybody like lying. I see people I grew up with, people I see every day. They on social media acting like they the man, acting like they that bitch. And I'm like, damn, I just see you at the supermarket crying and complaining, you know, that the orange juice was $10. A fucking Tropicana orange juice is $10 for the big joint. That's the one I buy. But you on social media acting like nothing is wrong, everything good. But when I see you in the real life, you know, $25 eighth, you complaining. Like, damn, bro, $25 eighth, you know, you complaining to make it look good for everybody else. But in the real life, you struggling. In the real life, you trying to figure out how you're going to live to the next week. You got paid Friday. Today's Friday. You trying to, after you got paid and you paid your bills and you divvied up all your money, you brought a fucking dime bag or eighth, you like, damn, all my money gone. I'm not getting paid till 2 weeks from now. I need a Metro card. You figuring it out. But yet you online fronting. It's not, I know you fronting, but it's not for me to say you fronting. It's not for me to jump on your posts under your page and say, yo, you fucking fronting, homie. You ain't really got it like that. And niggas, that's the loudest. You know what I mean? It's not for me to do that. I could do that. I could do that to a lot of people. It's not my job to do that. I'm going to let you continue to front. If you want to, you know what I mean, make it look like you the biggest, you the best, you got all the money, you got it figured out, you and your wife is relationship goals, your job is the best, cool. It's not for me to say, nigga, I just was with you at Sue's, I just was with you at Lorraine's, I just was with you on 25th, I seen you said what's up on the humble, but you telling me your whole life story just because I said what's up. It's not for me to do that. And I never would do that on my channel. You know what I mean? And, you know, me personally, that's why I say full transparency. You know, I'm not going to never be the one to be fronting and all that. One, I never was fronting on the gram or on social media, but now in this new state that I'm in, which is a better state, Definitely not trying to impress nobody. Definitely not trying to make it look like one thing when it's really not. I'd rather just be me. And like Ho said, you could come set up the camera, let the video run in my real life, complete with real ice. Like some people, you know, they fronting when the camera's on, but when the camera's off, you really homeless. That's the reality. You know what I mean? Like, I know people like that. That's front on the camera. They got the Balenciaga, the sneakers. They got the watch. They got the new Gucci shirt. But they was homeless. And you would never know because you're not fact checking. You're not following them home. You don't know they going to the fucking shelter. On the gram, it's like, oh, nah, this nigga, every party they at, every function they at, they got all the ladies around. But they really homeless. And you be like, yo, such and such. I would never put them on blast. Because again, that's not who I am. I don't get off on that. But if you was to find out, some of your, you know what I mean, like, oh, word? Nigga was sleeping in the car, nigga was woo woo woo. You'd be like, nah, I was just at the party with this nigga. Nigga had, you know what I mean, whatever on it. You'd be like, nah, all that shit is just a front. They sleeping in their car, they going XYZ, and you'd be like, nah. Or even people in their relationships. You know, you see them doing the spoon shit or the drinking shit. You know, you got the glass of champagne. Your lady got the glass of champagne. Y'all doing that love couple shit. But in the real life, if you know them, they telling you, like, this bitch cheated on me. Caught this bitch with her face down, ass up. Some bum ass nigga was fucking my joint. You like, word? Nah, my nigga. Nah, this is, you know what I mean? Like, they telling you their story, they heartache. You know what I mean? And you like, damn, but on the gram, y'all eating cake like this. You doing this. You eat, you know what I mean? Like y'all matching shirts and all that. You in the crib watching Netflix. But in the real life, they don't trust their wife. They weren't, you know what I mean? Like, that's the type of vibe it is. So just be careful about the people that's fronting. Don't be one of the people that's fronting. And then, you know, this is the age of, I'm going to expose you. See, I'm not going to do that. I'm not looking for likes. I'm not looking for views. I want views and stuff just because I think my platform is a good platform. I think I got good content. So I think people should be viewing me, sharing my videos. And y'all know the videos that be like, yo, why you ain't making famous yet? I ain't making famous yet because niggas ain't sharing my videos. And they, you know what I mean? Like, but that part, but that's not for me to do. But it is people that out there like that. Or like, nah. Sitting there going 25th, nigga pull their phone out quick. Film you and your wife arguing, even though people think y'all goals. Film you quick. You don't want to pay to get in the club and it's only $20. My nigga, it's only $20. You beefing about $20, you broke ass nigga. You petty, low life ass nigga. On the gram, everything is you lit. But they only charging $50 after 12. And you can't pay that, or you paying and then you crying. That's the reality. So for me personally, one, I don't put everything on social media. But do I have a platform? I got a channel. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Instagram, I appreciate you. But I'm never one to put my business out there like that. I put out what I want you to see. And whatever else, I keep it on the hush. I keep it quiet. Like, you don't need to know every single thing about me, every little thing. Like, you know what I mean? That's not for social media consumption. And the people that do that, when you get the backlash or people be talking about you, like, yo, why people can't mind their business? No, nigga. You put your shit on social media. You just put your whole argument with your moms or your pops or your girl or you and your son talking. You thought it was cool. You thought you ate. But people is commenting and they looking at you funny. You thought it was going to be a good viral moment, but they're like, nah, bro. Why you recording that conversation with your son? Your son is 16 telling you about a trying time in his life, being bullied, being bisexual, or whatever it is. You recording it, everything is for the gram, and niggas is getting at you in the comments. Now you like, yo, don't judge me and whatever. I ain't put this up for everybody to be judged. No, if you put it up, we going to judge you, dummy. We going to judge you. Anything that you put on social media is for public consumption. And if you think otherwise, you really out of touch with reality. And we've been on for a little minute. Like I said, it was a busy day today. I got the funeral tomorrow. I'm not even going to stay on long. Let's get to the week 5. Let's get to the NFL picks. Let's get to the winner. chicken dinners, and then we out of there because I got to get up early tomorrow. And today was a busy day. I didn't really have time to maneuver. Real quick though, Gray, I know you're still watching on Instagram or YouTube, but we had Minnesota tonight. Minnesota Timberwolves, even though Karl Anthony Towns is on the New York Knicks right now, is New York in the house, is Brooklyn in the house, Uptown in the house, Shaolin, are you in the house? We had Minnesota tonight. Me and Gray was talking about who we going to take tonight. Minnesota is up 18 points, 118 to 100. You know what I mean? Basketball season is coming back. Real quick before we get to the football, I'm going to be doing something that I never done before. A couple of my friends know about it, my close friends, my close circle, a couple of associates I know. It's a way to get some money. I got to do it first so that I, one, know that it can be done. I know it can be done. But one, I want to do it first. So when I do it and I bring it to the people, I can be like, listen, this is what I did. No mistake about it. I don't want to do it or tell y'all about it and I didn't do it first. But basketball season is coming back, and before the end of the year, we got something great for y'all. And anybody gonna be able to do it. But anyway, me and my nigga Gray had Minnesota tonight. They up 18 points on the Lakers, 118 to 100. Even though they lost Anthony Towns, we knew they was gonna win tonight. We had them as a pick tonight, and we had Atlanta last night too. Everybody was on Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We had Atlanta last night. Let's get to Sunday Fun Day though. Week 5. Hold on, real quick. Let me do this real quick. Let me tell y'all where we at with the picks. Hold on. Miami was a loss Sunday night. Let me put an X next to that. We had Detroit, 1 pick. That was good. I think last week we did, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 wins, 9 losses last week. On the locks, we did bad. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. On the locks, we did a 1, 2, 3 losses, 4 losses. 2 and 4 last week. Horrible. Not even going to lie. Locks. I'm putting my, so y'all can see this is real time right here. You're not bullshitting and jiving. Alright, so for the record, I'll do the record later. As far as in total wins. No, the first week we went 9-7. Second week we went 9-7. Third week we went 6-10. And this week we went 9-7. I'll do the locks later. But we had a bad week. When I say bad week, I mean the games that I'm betting on, not just I go through all the games, but I mean the money I'm putting my money on. So we had a bad week. We started off good though last night, Thursday night football. We had Atlanta as a 1 pick. We won, and football is scripted and rigged, folks. If you had Tampa Bay as the game was progressing, you probably like, yo, Tampa Bay gonna win, Tampa Bay gonna cover. Atlanta Falcons was favored. 1.5, that's what I bet him at. I bet him at 1.5, but the spread went up to 2.5. And as the game is progressing, it's getting tight. You know, Baker Mayfield and them is winning. You know, the scoring is slowing down. You got to be thinking like, yo, Baker Mayfield, they're going to win, right? And they're going to lose. Overtime, and Atlanta go right down the field, score a touchdown, and they win by 7. And we had Atlanta. Let's get to this week, though. Week 5, let me write this down. Week 5, let's get to the first game. First game of the week, Jets at Indianapolis, but they really in London. And old money, Alinsky, what's the word? Week 5 NFL picks. This is where we're going to close the show out. Appreciate you tuning in. If you're a gambler, you're a bettor, this is the segment for you. We got the New York Jets on the road in London at Minnesota, getting 3. At first it was 2.5. And I'm going to just keep it a buck, keep it honest. I like the New York Jets to win outright. I think they're going to win the game straight up. I think Minnesota, they 4-0. They have been playing well. Sam Darnold, he looking good. He played on the New York Jets. Minnesota not going to go 5-0. They're not going to start the season 5-0. I don't think. I think after New York Jets lost to Denver at home, Denver was looking bad. The Jets was looking bad. Jets should have won. Can't stop the run. Can't stop the passes. All of a sudden, at the end of the game, Denver scored. They stop you from scoring. Aaron Rodgers, he was on the Pat McAfee show talking about the 4 starts and the offensive line and him trying to draw the defensive line off guards, etc. I think the Jets come in and win straight up. I'm going to bet this game straight up. I think the Jets. But if you like the Jets with the 3, take the 3. Next game, Carolina Panthers at Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears -4. They at home. They the favorites. Cincinnati, Carolina, they lost to Cincinnati last week. We had Cincinnati. We thought Carolina would possibly keep it close. They didn't. Now you at Chicago. Chicago has been playing well. They won last week. They 2-2 now. Carolina is 1-3. I think Chicago win. I think Carolina cover the spread, cover the 4 points. Next game, Baltimore at Cincinnati. Baltimore -2.5. This is a divisional game. Obviously, it's Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Baltimore Ravens, and who else is in that division? Can't think of right now. Baltimore coming off Monday Night Football. We had Baltimore. They spanked. Who they played? Let me see who Baltimore played real quick. Schedule. They played the Bills. Bills was the underdog. They was 0-3. A lot of people was on the Bills because they was undefeated. And Derrick Henry, the first play of the game, 87 yards. Lamar Jackson was dancing. He's a dancing machine. And it wasn't even close. Lamar Jackson and them 35-10. They put the beating on Buffalo. And Cincinnati got their first win last week against Carolina Panthers, a bum-ass team. They back home. They getting 2.5. I got Baltimore Ravens destroying and smashing, covering the spread. I got Baltimore cleaning. I got Baltimore. Next game, Buffalo at Houston. Houston -1. Buffalo coming off the loss to Lamar Jackson and them. Houston coming off the win to who they played last week? Jacksonville. Jacksonville was 0-3, trying not to go 0-4. They 0-4. Now they trying not to go 0-5. I like Buffalo. You know, Tay Diggs, he was on Buffalo last year. They traded him. Josh Allen, I think after the second game or the third game, like, yo, we got a whole bunch of ballers on this team. We not worrying about stats. Everybody just want to win. So what you implying? Oh, you implying that Tay Diggs was worrying about stats. He was worrying about, you know what I mean, the wrong things and not winning. It's definitely Allen, you know, Josh Allen's team. I think he's calling the plays as far as the offense. I got Buffalo. It's going to be a tough game. Before I came to do the show, I had Buffalo. I still got Buffalo, but when I started doing my research for the picks, it seems like Buffalo ain't winning like 5 years in Houston. Obviously, they had Deshaun Watson in Houston, etc. And Buffalo haven't won in Houston in a long time. But the public is on Buffalo. Are we looking at CBS Sports app? 61%. They on Buffalo. And they on Buffalo money line too. I like Buffalo. I won't be surprised if Houston wins now with the knowledge of Buffalo having won in Houston in a long time. But I think Josh Allen does enough to win. I like Buffalo. Next game, Jacksonville At home, -3 playing against the Indianapolis Colts. We had Indianapolis last week against Pittsburgh. We was right about that game. Anthony Richards, he was looking good. Then he got hurt, had the hip flexor or whatever, and he's gonna be out. So they got Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco will be in the building. I don't think Jacksonville starts the season 0-5. I think Jacksonville get their first win of the season, and I think they cover the spread. Or it could be a push. It could be 20-17, 23-20, something like that. Maybe it's a push, but I do see them beating Indianapolis. I see Jacksonville getting their first win of the season. Next game, Miami at New England. We had Tennessee Monday Night Football. Even though on the channel we had Miami, but I ended up betting Tennessee $100, and we had Tennessee and we had Monday. Do I want to show y'all the picks to be full transparency? Nah, but I will show you this. I won't open up my FanDuel account, but I will show you this. Where's that? One picks. And my last one picks. Out of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games. In my last 13 games, I'm 10-3. And we had let me write this down. Atlanta, we won 338. The fuck is the dollar sign? Oh, right here. Alright, folks. Instagram, YouTube. You see that say one picks up there. Out of my last 13 games, I'm 10 wins and 3 losses. Those 3 losses was yesterday I had Milwaukee against the Mets for $100. That was a loss. I had Arizona Cardinals last Sunday against who they played? Washington Commanders. I bet $200 on that. You see the loss right there. And I had Atlanta on September 22nd. I can't remember who they played. I put $330 on that game. You see it right there. You see it right there. But I'm 10-3. Not just football. I bet on baseball. I bet on other games. I'm 10-3. We doing pretty good over here. But I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, we had Atlanta last night. So on the channel, I had Miami. But when the day came, I bet on Tennessee. And as you can see right here, September 30th, Tennessee. And I only put $100, but still, I put my money where my mouth was. Even though on the channel I said Miami, but when the day came, as I'm analyzing the game, I said, I'm going to take Tennessee with the points. And I don't got no Patreon. I'm not monetized yet on YouTube. So I may be giving the picks out now like I am. Then Sunday I changed my mind and I can't let you guys know because I don't got no Patreon. I don't got no Patreon or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Gray, what up? I'm still live. What's the word? I'm still on live, my nigga. All right. So we had Tennessee. Just want to be clear. Anyway, next game. Miami and New England. Miami, New England, obviously without Tua Tagovailoa. Miami is looking L. Trashington. I love is the cure. What's the word? On YouTube. We live on Instagram and we live on YouTube. New England been looking bad. We had New England last week against San Francisco 49ers with that 10.5, and it was close all the way to the end. New England could have backdoor covered, but they didn't, and we lost, and that was a bad pick. It wasn't a lock, but we had New England. This week here, New England always beat Miami. They always beat Miami. I I don't know if New England wins at home. I don't know if New England wins at home. The public is on New England 57% with the point, because Miami is favored by 1. And money line, the public is on New England. I think Miami wins. Another week for what's the backup quarterback for Miami? Hurtley or whatever his name is. I think with another week under his belt playing against an inferior team, I know what's the Tyreek Hill and the rest of the squad got to be like, yo, we got to do better than this. And if they want to make the playoffs, you better beat New England. So I got Miami. Next game, Cleveland at Washington. We had Arizona over Washington last week, and that was a bad pick. I'm not even going to hold you. Josh McDaniels or Jaden McDaniels, that boy is the truth. He looking good, fresh out of college. He know what he doing. And they got a good staff over there. You got fuck is the guy named that was on Dallas last year as the defensive coordinator. He was the coach for Seattle when they lost in the Super Bowl. Or he was the defensive coordinator. I can't think of their name right now. But anyway, Washington is at home, -3 against Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, you looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky. You looking a little nervous. Y'all can't even beat the Raiders. Y'all niggas is bums. Now you on the road against Washington. I know everybody's going to be on Washington, and rightfully so. They playing good. They got a good record. They 3-1. Cleveland is 1-3. You know, you looking trash. And the public is on Cleveland, and on Washington, 67%, minus the points. And we on CBS Sports app. And money line, 69%. I want to take Cleveland, I really do. I want to say, like, this is the game that everybody's going to be on Washington. Everybody's going to be on Jaden Daniels. And the public is going to be wrong because Vegas is going to make motherfucking sure that Cleveland win. But I can't take Cleveland. I just can't. This is not going to be a lock or nothing like that. I'm going to take Washington -3. I think Washington wins. I think Cleveland lose. Next game, Las Vegas Raiders on the road playing against Denver. Raiders got the series in the last couple of games. Raiders have dominated the series. Bo Nix just coming off beating Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure the public is going to be on Bo Nix and them. I'm quite sure they are. Let's see. And actually they're not. Denver giving 3. The public is on the Raiders with the 3. Money line, the public is on Denver. I think the last 5 or 7 games the Raiders has won. I think the Raiders win this game. I think Denver comes back down. It was a nice win at New York. Like, it's New York, and like, it was a nice win. You beat Aaron Rodgers. You shouldn't have beat Aaron Rodgers. It was a shitty game at the Meadowlands, raining, not ideal conditions, and you pulled it out. And you beat, Aaron Rodgers, and that was the egg on your face, Aaron Rodgers. Y'all looked at fucking trash. This week here, I think you lose to the Raiders. I think the trend continues. I like the Raiders. Next game. Arizona getting 7.5 at San Francisco 49ers. Division game. I like San Fran to win the game. I like Arizona to cover that 7.5. I like Arizona a lot. I'm going to make it a money pick, but we're going to get to the locks in a minute. I'm not going to really break down the defense, the offensive line. San Fran last week, they was favored by 10.5. Now this week you favored by 7.5. I think Arizona Cardinals is better than New England, and New England had a chance to backdoor cover. They didn't cover. You know what I mean? And so San Francisco, let me just check the score real quick. They won by 17 points, 30-17. New England should have covered that spread, though, but they didn't. I think Arizona covers this week. Next game, Green Bay, the Cheeseheads at Los Angeles Rams. Green Bay giving 3. Green Bay looked bad last week in the first couple of quarters against the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings came out strong. start smacking them around. I think they was down 14-zip, 17-zip, try to make it a game. And I had Green Bay last week, so I was mad because they fucked one of my parlays. And I'm like, damn, I can't even beat the bum-ass fucking Minnesota Vikings. And they didn't. So that messed my ticket up. This weekend, it was 3.5. Now it's 3. I like Green Bay all day. I think Jordan Love, second week back, was looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous as far as just coming back off of the Achilles and, you know, the knee injury. Wasn't really looking good. Was kind of like seeing the field in slow-mo and delayed fashion. Second week, practice with the starters against a team that you're familiar with. Sean McVay, yes, you won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. I don't think you're going to be a good team this year. I don't think you're going to cover the spread. No Aaron Donald, no Cooper Kupp. I think you get blown out. I like Jordan Love. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. Next game is New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. Uptown in the house. Shallon in the house. Everybody, like, rest in peace, ODB. Wu-Tang, we love the kids. And my seeds grow with his seeds, marry his seeds. That's how we keep Wu-Tang money all up in the family. We got the New York Football Giants on the road coming off that Thursday night game against Dallas, who we had. We had the Giants. We had the New York Football Giants. You see it right there. Only $100, but it don't matter. We had the Giants, and we was right with that 5.5. We had the New York Football Giants, and I told y'all I don't be betting on the New York teams. You see, I went against the Mets yesterday. I took Milwaukee. It's New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. We had New York last week against Dallas. This week, playing against Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. Touchdown Seahawks! At Seahawks. The Seahawks giving 7. At first it was 6.5. Now you're giving 7? I think the Seahawks are going to win. I'm not being biased about the Giants because I'm never overzealous about the New York teams. When it comes to betting my money, I'm never overzealous over the New York teams. I call a spade, and it just is what it is. Huh? Matter of fact, let me do my thumbnail for my football video when I edit it. Yeah, kid. I mean, I think Seahawks win. I think Giants cover the spread. Giants played last Thursday. They should have some rest. You got 10 days off. You lost to the Dallas Cowboys. You had a chance to win, but not really. Dallas and Dak been whipping your ass for a long time. They play the Seahawks pretty tough, though, as far as the history is concerned. I'm going to go with the New York Football Giants with the 7. They're getting 7 points on Caesars. I like the Giants with the 7. Next game, speaking of Dallas, how about them Cowboys? Cowboys at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh coming off a loss to the Indianapolis Colts. We had Indianapolis last week. Dak like, yo, I'm on the precipice of playing my best football. We know they don't got, what's the linebacker name? Or the defensive lineman? What the fuck is his name? He the best. He one of the best on their team. Damn, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Anyway, Dak like, yo, we on the precipice of playing our best football. Pittsburgh -2.5. Tom Coughlin at home coming off the loss to Indianapolis. Dallas coming off the win over the Giants. Who is the better team? Who is going to win? My initial is like Dallas is the better team. Dallas is going to win. But as I think about the defense and TJ Watt and Mike Tomlin over McCarthy, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh. I think they can win. I don't think they're going to lose 2 in a row. They at home. You comfortable at the crib. You coming off playing Indianapolis close. Yeah, you could have won that game. Joe Flacco came in. You probably didn't really prepare for him. You was preparing for Anthony Richardson. I like Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh, you know, like the old days, to beat Dallas. Monday Night Football. Kansas City at home, -5.5. New Orleans Saints. Who that? Who that? Who that said they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that said they gonna beat them Saints? Drew Brees. No more Drew Brees. You gotta settle for Derek Carr, and you gotta settle for Jordan Hill, or whatever his name is, Hill. Kansas City, they 4-0, trying to go 0-5, like Minnesota Vikings trying to go 0-5. They're the only two undefeated teams in the NFL. I don't think nobody's going 0-6, 0-17. I think both teams lose. If they don't lose, I think they don't cover the spread. So I got the New Orleans Saints covering the spread. I got Kansas City winning, pulling it out at the end. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see the first 2 weeks of the season New Orleans as opposed to the second 2 weeks of the season when they didn't put up that much. Now again, New Orleans beat they beat the Panthers 47-10. They beat the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? 44-19. Then you lose to the Eagles, a tough game. Then you lose to the Atlanta Falcons, a tough game, 24-26. Now you on the road. I think they cover, but I think they win outright. I don't think Kansas City go 5-0. I don't think the Minnesota Vikings go 5-0. With that said, let's get to the locks. Not from Yonkers, but the locks that get you and me the winner chicken dinners. And with that said, let's get to this. My nigga Bombs on the beat.
Great fire. Rich famous.
Winner, chicken dinner, money long clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Cooper gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bang line in the air, throwing signals. Winner, chicken dinner, money long clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Cooper.
Y'all hear the song? Those that do it daily, popovism. That be me. Shout out to my nigga for putting me in the hook. Shout out to my nigga Famous, and shout out to my nigga Gray. Anyway, let's get to the locks. This is who I think is gonna win. This is who I'm gonna put my money on. I'm going with Buffalo. I know they ain't winning Houston in a couple of years. All that other shit, Tay Diggs, Josh Allen, revenge game, all that. I'm going with Buffalo. I'm going with Baltimore over Cincinnati. I love Baltimore. I think Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson run all over Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going with Green Bay over the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going with Arizona with that 7.5 over San Fran. And we're going with the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. I don't think they go 0-5. I think they get their first win of the season, and I think they beat Joe Flacco, who I think is going to play, because I don't think Anthony Richardson is going to play. So here go the locks. Buffalo, Jacksonville, Green Bay, Arizona. That's only 4. Baltimore. We got to give y'all one more. We going with the Las Vegas Raiders over the Denver Broncos. So now let me repeat it again because it's 6. Baltimore, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Raiders, Green Bay, and Arizona. $100 on that. Winner, chicken dinner. That's 48-41. Yeah, kid. Y'all know who y'all was tuned into. Popovich. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.